Hello, I'm Hickey from interest.co.nz, and today we're interviewing Andrew Ferrier, the CEO of Fonterra, on his second to last day after 8 years in the job. Andrew, what are you most proud of as CEO?
It's been a hell of a journey, Bernard, and when I look at today, I'm most proud of where we stand today in Fonterra. In the last 3 or 4 years, we've really gelled as a business. We started out with such different cultures and clashes all over the place, but what I'm proud about is the team has come together, they've rallied around core values, we've got world-class people, and we've really been kicking some goals. You know, the performance is going up and up and up, and so I sit here today and I look at the core momentum in the business and the culture in the business, and I have the confidence that Fonterra will keep getting better into the future. It's enormously satisfying.
Can you give us an example of how the organisation and the people have changed since 8 years ago and now?
You had two different dynamics in the early days. At the beginning of the merger, you had Kiwi Co-op Dairies, Dairy Group, and the Dairy Board. And they were all, in a sense, rivals to each other. So when you bring those people together, you don't have a lot of trust. But that got sort of stuck together, and Craig Norgate did an admirable job in his first 2 years starting to break that down. When I came on board, what I saw is we had a consumer division that called itself New Zealand Milk. It didn't want to have anything to do with Fonterra. We had an ingredient division that named itself NZMP, New Zealand Milk Products, and you had this central office trying to call itself Fonterra, and nobody actually really wanted to be part of Fonterra and didn't know what we stood for and wasn't even all that clear on what our strategy was. Today we have, across the organization, everybody rallies around one Fonterra. The values, the core values we have around performance and around integrity are known across the organization, around teamwork, and as a result of rallying around those values and choosing people who follow those values, we've delivered really great performance. If you look at the track record over the last 4 or 5 years, and the things that we control, like profits, we've seen profits go up at about 20% a year over the last 5 years. And that's a result of people coming in who are really good at what they do and applying it, and the benefits rolling back to our New Zealand farmers.
Why are you leaving now? Because you're pretty fit and healthy?
Yes, I am, but there's two passions in my life. My career has always been a passion, and building has always been a passion. The other passion is my family. And I think I've done as good a job as anybody could have as being both CEO of Fonterra and being a husband and a dad. But I actually need to spend more time being a husband and a dad and having more flexibility in my life. So that was the fundamental decision I made quite some time ago, and it's now actually come to reality.
So the new guy who's coming in, Mr. Spearings, what are the challenges he faces?
Well, Teo, first of all, he's a wonderful guy. I actually know him quite well, and I've spent many hours over the last couple of months with him on telephone for the most part, getting him up to speed on the business. And he's quick, he's a quick study, he understands every aspect of the business. So his fundamental challenges, though, is although he knows co-ops, he's got to get used to the New Zealand feel, and he's got to get used to how he deals with the New Zealand media. That's something that's quite unique.
What tips would you give him for dealing with farmers, though?
Well, he's been dealing with farmers for 23 years. He's been in a co-op for 23 years. It's be respectful, be open, make sure that you simply respect them, that we work for them. And that's one thing I say to farmers all the time. They look at the big CEO, but I say, well, wait a minute, I work for you. Be humble and be totally determined to drive performance, and the farmers will rally behind you. And that's worked for me, and I'm sure that's going to work for Teo.
Do you have any regrets or disappointments after 8 years?
None, really. I mean, it's been hard work, but I have no regrets at all. I'm really happy I made the decision to come. It's been more satisfying than I ever thought it could be. So no, I think I'm in a fantastic situation, having the ability to both still be at the top of my game, but also go out knowing that it's not an impact on the cooperative that I'm going out, that the co-op is going to just keep getting better. We've got a great new leader. The succession has been stable. We're just in a great place, so no regrets at all.
So what do you do now?
I recover from 8 years of being CEO of Fonterra. And then after that, there's a lot of different business opportunities. I am looking at investing in mid-sized companies. You know, a company 100, 200 million in sales, where I might actually be able to use some of my management skills to help the CEO take it to the next level. That's sort of a general idea I have, and I've got other people who have made that suggestion. So it's a kernel of an idea right now, and that's one thing I'm considering. But I've got a bunch of other ideas that people have come to me with, and I'm just going to take my time before I finalize too much.
Good luck. Andrew Ferrier, the exiting CEO of Fonterra, with a little exit interview there on interest.co.nz. Thank you.
Thanks, Bernard.